everyone, welcome back to the channel Future Force Skies and Skills. Please subscribe and like my videos. Today we dive deep into war over Moscow. Ukraine's tower assault shocks the world. A dramatic and high-stakes operation that changed narratives, challenged expectations, and forced us all to re-examine modern warfare in the information age. In this video review, explanation, we'll explore all dimensions, the exterior, interior, as in internal strategy, structure, command, forces, performance, safety or risk features, unique selling points, cost or price, in resources, political capital, human cost, and then wrap up with a conclusion. Let's launch. When you first look from the outside at war over Moscow, you see a bold ambition, the idea that Ukrainian forces would attempt to threaten or assault strategic towers or missile communications infrastructure near or within Russian-held areas, or at least in border regions. The exterior framing here is dramatic. The images are of missile arcs, drones darting across skies, communications towers leaking sparks or fire, anti-air defenses flaring up, electronic warfare jamming, or the silent hush between volleys. Visually, the exterior narrative is of tension, of altitude. Towers reach up high, often in exposed positions, of open lines of sight, and of the interface between ground and aerial forces. The challenge is that towers are tall, exposed, and vulnerable to detection, yet also extremely valuable to control. The exterior environment includes open terrain, conflict zones, buffer zones, satellite coverage, air corridors, and the interplay of defenders scrambling to shoot down drones or missiles before they get close. From the outside, one sees the physics, missiles climbing, paths traced, flak bursting, counter-battery fire, communications being jammed or intercepted, and the sheer spectacle of technology meeting will. That is the external shell of the action. Inside, in terms of internal structure, command, and execution, the interior is vast, complex, and critical. This is our long and detailed section. At its heart, the internal architecture of this assault rests on meticulous planning, layered redundancy, intelligence, communications resilience, command and control, logistics, and force coordination. You imagine a war room where generals, operators, intelligence analysts, cyber teams, drone pilots, artillery units, signals units, special forces, and electronic warfare specialists all share data, adjust strike packages, adapt to losses, and revise plans in real time under fire. The internal plan must coordinate aerial drones, reconnaissance, loitering munitions, missile strikes, artillery barrages, suppression of enemy air defenses, SEAD, cyber attacks to blind radar or jammers, and commando or sabotage teams to move into or near tower foundations. Redundancy is built in. If one drone is shot down, another leaps into position. If radar is jammed, fallback is pre-planned. If comms go dark, alternate secure channels kick in. Internally, there's a layered approach: outer reconnaissance, mid-phase suppression, inner finishing strikes. There has to be synergy between kinetic and non-kinetic tools, kinetic missiles and drones, plus jamming, hacking, deception, spoofing, misinformation. Intelligence is paramount, mapping the tower's defenses, anti-air footprint, blind spots, access routes, and ground cover. Logistics support ensures resupply of munitions, spare parts, drone batteries, fuel, electronic countermeasure modules, and coordination with field units. Decision loops are fast. Watchers monitor feedback from sensors, drone video, signals intercepts, then reassign assets on the fly. Internal morale and risk management are significant. Commanders must accept losses but preserve mission integrity, ensure backup plans, rotate teams, secure fallback positions. Communications, security, ComSec is key. Encrypted data links, anti-jamming, hardened comm relays, fallback. Satellite or mesh networks. Also inside is the resilience. If part of the plan fails, there's self-repair, adaptiveness, alternate pathways. All this interior orchestration makes the assault credible, not just a flashy display. The internal tensions are huge. One misstep, one jam, one miscalibrated munition, one system glitch can unravel everything. The success or failure depends on the invisible architecture of command, intelligence, redundancy, adaptation, morale, and technological resilience. That is the interior of the operation, the brains, nerves, and resilience behind the spectacle. In terms of performance, how well this assault delivered relative to its goals, one must evaluate metrics. Did the attackers degrade or seize control of towers or deny their functionality? Did they suppress enemy communications, radar, command links? How many drones or missile-succeeded Vs were shot down? How fast was the mission tempo? How adaptive was the force under resistance or counterattacks? Performance is judged by efficiency, cost versus gain, speed, surprise, minimal casualties, minimal leakage of signals or intelligence, and sustained effect. In many reports of analogous operations, the performance is mixed. Some drones get shot down, jammers countered, defenses adapt, losses happen. But where it works, the enemy is disoriented, command loops are disrupted, communications blackouts ensue, panic or confusion spreads, local hubs go offline, and the psychological shock is high. The operation's performance shines if it forces the opponent into overreaction, reveals hidden assets, or forces redeployment. The more stealth, surprise, and adaptability built in, the stronger the final performance measure. In ideal execution, command towers fall silent, radar nodes black out, communications go haywire, all while attacker losses are moderate. In suboptimal execution, attackers lose many drones, munitions misstrike, jammers are countered, defenders restore links quickly, and the effect is fleeting. The measure also includes sustainability. Can follow-on operations be staged? Can degraded towers be permanently disabled, or are they repairable? Performance also includes the ripple effect, how downstream systems, subordinate units, lines of communication are disrupted, captured, or reversed. Safety features, or rather risk mitigation features, in such a high-stakes war operation are not safety in the peaceful sense, but methods to reduce losses, manage hazards, and protect assets. These include stealth, low-radar cross-section drones, electronic shielding, anti-jamming countermeasures, hardened comm links, escape routes, self-destruct or fallback protocols for compromised drones, layered overlapping escorts, decoy drones to draw fire, deception, false signals, spoofed radar signatures, redundancy in command nodes, fallback comm paths, damage control teams, repair caches, and recovery plans. Also protective features for operators, remote piloting from safe zones, hardened command posts, physical shielding from counter-battery or reprisal strikes, counterintelligence to prevent insider leaks, and compartmentalization of knowledge. No one cell knows everything. Further, risk buffers, staging from safer distances, incremental phasing, delaying riskier elements until preliminary suppression is successful, and abort protocols if losses cross thresholds. In short, safety in a war assault means carefully controlling and limiting exposure, planning for contingencies, and enabling escape or fallback under fire. Unique selling points of this assault concept, why it shocks the world, include the audacity of targeting critical towers deep in contested space, combining drones, cyber warfare, missiles, artillery, and special ops as a unified campaign, demonstrating that asymmetric forces can threaten strategic infrastructure even when outmatched in conventional terms. Psychological impact, shaking the sense of invulnerability of communications, command networks, showcasing how modern warfare is about information, not just territory, forcing the adversary to rethink defense of high-value fixed points like towers, the ability to deny or seize eyes and ears nodes rather than just kinetic ground, leveraging stealth, speed, surprise, undermining morale and confidence in infrastructure, and creating propagandistic or geopolitical repercussions. If your towers are vulnerable, so is everything else. It signals a shift. Control of information, command, and communications is as much a front line as trenches or armored columns. The concept redefines what is a target in war, not just bases or troop concentrations, but the neural backbone, towers, relays, data centers. Now, about price, here meaning cost in multiple dimensions. It's not a retail price, but the resource, strategic, and human cost. The price might include the number of drones, missiles, electronic warfare modules, logistics burden, repair and resupply, intelligence assets, time, risk of losses, possible escalation consequences, diplomatic backlash, exposure of tactics to the enemy, and opportunity cost. What other fronts or missions had to be deprioritized? For example, if the operation loses 30 to 40% of drones and munitions, that's a high material cost. The time and planning required, months of intelligence preparation, mapping, rehearsal, backup drills, is part of the price. Then human cost. If special operations teams are exposed, casualties may happen. Diplomatic cost, escalating reactions from the adversary, retaliation, sanctions, escalation. Also risk of failure leaking tactics or vulnerabilities to the opponent. Finally, repair or cleanup. Once towers are damaged, engineering or countermeasures may be needed to hold gains, defend them, or prevent repair. So the price is substantial, and success must justify it. A successful operation may pay by crippling enemy control nodes, saving future costs of other battles and gaining strategic leverage. A failed or partial one may drain resources, reveal weaknesses, or provoke losses.